Hey Flosstube. I know initially you're like, Emily, your appearance, it's so different. So we're just going to address that first. So I went to the New Jersey Flosstube retreat and I dyed my hair purple for the retreat. And I picked this product. I'd never done anything like this before. I picked this product that says that it would wash out in 8 washes. And it was actually like a treatment, like a keratin treatment on top of that. So I was like, oh, this will be awesome. I'll be at the retreat for like numerous days, and then that whole next week at work, my boss and the judges are out of town at a conference. So it'll wash out before I have to go to court again. I dyed it July 31st. It's August 20th. At this point, I have washed my hair and then tried to cover it with permanent dye, which is like the purple that you see at the top. And then the permanent has washed out. And then we still have the blue and purple at the bottom. Yeah. It's just, this is my hair now, apparently. But I've gotten lots of compliments. My boss and the judges have told me that I can't come to court with crazy hair. So, but as it continues to fade and this continues to be bright at the top, I have to do something about it. So I'll probably, I don't know, maybe I'll really condition it this whole week and then bleach it this weekend. We'll see. It's just hair. That's my personal philosophy. I know some people feel differently, but for me, with my hair, it's just hair. So let's actually angle this down a little. I'm feeling a little low. I haven't filmed for a little over a month, so I got stuff to show you guys, and I'm hoping I can fit it all in however long my phone tells me that I have to get it in. So let's do whips. First off, I started a new piece for Diana did a half birthday Christmas in July thing. So I've always wanted to start Heartstring St. Fleury's Hibernation Day. So I did. Grabbed the called for threads, grabbed a piece of fabric in my stash, which I will end up putting something else on the other side of. So we will fold this over. This is some piece that I had from Silk Weaver. Just another one of their random neutrals that I've picked up along the way. It's lovely. I need some stuff to help decorate for Christmas as Christmas approaches. I will not finish this by this Christmas, but a Christmas in mine and Jim's future, this will be displayed in our home. It's what's important, right? One day. God, my roots are bright. So last night I was watching Ellen's second Flosstube video, and if you're watching, hi Ellen, you called me out and that was really awesome. So this is my lipstick on the teeth, I guess. This bright hair memorialized on Flosstube for all eternity. Hibernation Day. What else did I do? I don't have it because it was my small for New Jersey retreat, but Cheryl, the Wayside Stitcher, got it. So, and also, I should probably post the finish on my Instagram, but I did this entire chart as my small. I did this wreath, which is in black and white here, but I stitched that wreath and then put 2019 in the middle of it. Turned it into a little pillow on this dust colored PTP fabric. Backed it with some of an old flannel shirt that I had. Use what you got. And stuffed it with crushed walnut shells, which I bought in the pet department on Amazon and got this ginormous bag for like $5. Yeah, it's great. So I finished that, but I don't have the finish to show you because Cheryl has it. what I worked on all of the Flosstube retreat is a chart that the more I look at it, the more I would like to finish this year. And that is Plum Street Samplers Jack's Bash, which is on an angle. And I know I've said before, one of the things that's held me up is I know I want to change the verse, so I still have to chart that. But I think I've figured out what I want to put in there yet. But I'm not sold on it 100%, and I have to see how it comes out charted, so I'm going to keep that to myself until I know for sure. And you guys know me. I'll share it if I love it and get it done. This is a piece of Picture This Plus Carnival, which I overdyed with Rit. So it really gave it an antique tone. I connected all of the borders. I finished up the planter on the far side and got a lot of that grass going. So it's looking pretty damn good, if I do say so myself. I'm going to go through a lot of gassed piney woods. A lot. Thankfully it's one of my favorite colors, so I don't mind stitching it in abundance. And it's one of my favorite colors, so I have it in abundance. It's one of those that I always make sure I have on hand because I know I likes to substitute it. Apparently, I pluralize things now that don't need to be pluralized. So worked on that. I also started doing 24 hours of cross stitch, and if that's not something you're participating in and you're like, what's that? Go over to Jen's channel, Quirks and Stitches, join her Facebook group, 24 Hours of Cross Stitch, and figure out what it's all about. But I started the Weaver's Tapestry Band Sampler along with Diana for this event. So it's basically a really long skinny band sampler that kind of has a medieval feel to it, which is totally my jam. It's going to be really long. It's going to take up most of this fabric. You know I love big ass projects, but this is where I got so far. Hopefully the variegation of that thread is popping out, and you're probably thinking, Emily, what beautiful expensive thread are you doing this in? I love it, it's fabulous. DMC 4000. Just good old DMC 4000, which you can get from 123. It's really stitching up beautifully on this piece, and so beautifully in fact that I had to make myself put this down to move to something else because all I wanted to do was stitch on this until I was done. I love a monotone piece. Monochromatic, it's my jam. Abby, I know it's your jam too. You've got to start this. Not necessarily in this color, but you've got to start this. You're going to love it. So that is that. Which gets me to the piece that I'm working on right now, which is Mermaid's Folly. I'm not going to take it out of the Q-snap. This line shows a page finish. This little bit shows a new page start. This is the last full page that I have to do on this chart. After I finish this full page, I have a partial page at the bottom, and then I have a column of very small partial pages. And this bad boy is done. Dunzo. So I kind of feel like I'm going to pull another His Eyes on the Sparrow, and I'm going to work on this until there's nothing to work on anymore. It's kind of my plan at the moment. Speaking of His Eyes on Sparrow, it's back from the framers. It's huge. And it's really heavy. And it's done beautifully at Michael's, but they gave me the same hangers that they've been giving me, and I'm a little worried about this thing going on my wall with just these hangers, I'm not going to lie. I'm afraid it's going to like pull my drywall down, because this frame is so substantial. Ugh. I can't even see you. Are you still there? I really, really, really hope that this is my freeze frame. It's just me holding up his eyes on the sparrow, building my bicep muscles, getting out of breath, holding it up like this because it's so huge and heavy. This is currently my proudest finish. I'm not gonna lie, it's freaking huge. Sunk a lot of my life into this. Like at least 3 months of my life. Stitching like a crazy mad woman. Do you think I've held it up long enough where YouTube is definitely going to choose this? Yeah, we think so? Ugh. Or this. Maybe this one. Okay, I'm gonna put this down now because it's really heavy. And the workout is making like bra straps and stuff show and make me not be such the lady that I am. Speaking of the lady that I am, me and some wonderful ladies when I was up in New Jersey got tattoos. You know, you've got those women in your life where you talk to them constantly and it just seemed like the thing to do. So it's gonna be hard to get this where you can tell where it is on my arm. That's a good representation of placement because when I bring it up, my arm twists. But that's it. Love it. It's not focusing on it, it's hard to tell. And I need to lose some weight in my arms. God. So that it is a little bit more attractive on there. Yeah, there's no shame in this. It's hereditary. I could work out, but whatever. So, new tattoo. I also have gifts and haul. But first, giveaway. You guys know it's completely finished. It's FFO'd, so I'm going to give away the chart. Don't say giveaway. Be an adult. I really don't want to send this overseas because when I give stuff away, I don't like paying ridiculous shipping, and I don't like when I don't put tracking on things because you can't track overseas. And then people complain because they didn't get something, or maybe they really didn't. I don't know. So, US only. I'm sorry. It's just easier for me, and this is my circus, so that's what we're doing. If you want to be entered for a chance to win this, say I should always plan this out. I never plan this out. Tell me what my next tattoo should be. That'll be fun. And I always enjoy people's crazy answers on what tattoo should be. It's a fun discussion. So if you want to win this, tell me what you think my next tattoo should be. And I will draw for that in my next video. I will go ahead and tell you too, in my next video, which I'm planning for less than a month from now, probably a couple of weeks into September. There's a pretty exciting design release that I'm privy to coming out in early September. And September 1st is my Flosstube anniversary. I will have been doing Flosstube for 4 years. So the combination of those two things, the excitement of those two things, and my love of giving things away, there will be another giveaway in the next video. So stay tuned. There's going to be some awesome stuff. Stuff plural. Stuff multiple winners. Flosstube anniversaries are fun. So we's going to celebrate. Gifts? Gifts. I'm not showing all of the gifts that I got because Some of them were for Buster and Dorma, and they have already taken those and either eaten them or are playing with them, and God only knows what bed that the toys are under right now. Or it's stuff that I'm already using or have hung up, and it is what it is. But Michelle Cozy Egg stitched something for me for my housewarming and my birthday, which was last year and in March. And I got it within the last month, which I have to say I kind of love, because that means it was a complete and utter surprise when this showed up on my doorstep. And she gave me a couple of little tiny things too, but to me this is where it's at. As a stitcher, you know when another stitcher pours love and time into stitching something with one thread on 40 count for you. That's pretty great. This is, she told me it was The Stitching House by the Good Huswife, which means it's out of print. It may be one she's already re-released or planning on re-releasing, I'm not sure. But it's awesome, and it's in my new dough bowl right inside the front door. Speaking of people stitching things for people, my small at the retreat went with Cheryl, and I got the small from Kathy at To Dye House. Beautiful little card. She and I laughed about it. I think at one point I had her small last year, and maybe it got taken from me or something like that. But she stitched this, and it's absolutely beautiful on this little box that she painted. And then she lined it, and there's pins in here, and then there's a little yo-yo that I can put and use it as a needle minder, and there were some other little goodies in here too, but those have already been stored away and I'm using or enjoying in other ways. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Michelle. This is kind of a promotion for a friend of mine because these are adorable. And I know Letitia has shown them. But these are Amy Baruch's needle minders. She has an Etsy shop, which is Aimou Baru. And I'm just going to hold this up so you can see the spelling on that. AIMOOBAROO. That's her Etsy shop. These adorably cute and really strong needle minders have a buster, flowers, a phrenology head, a rain cloud, a moon, and an anatomical heart. And mine are backed with my favorite part, antique buttons. Amy gets me. I love these. Go buy Amy's needle minders. Speaking of people that get me, Jen Hunter, Microlab Jen, on Instagram, gave me, via Ryan at Wild Violet Cross Stitch, she sent with her because she did not go to New Jersey, some really amazing things. Some of which I'm figuring out how I'm going to display and enjoy, but one of which is this amazing picture, which I have framed, and I'm trying to figure out how to show it to you without glare, which is just not happening because this is the middle of the day. This amazing photo. What she did not know is I do not have any postmortem photography, but I have desperately wanted some, and it's really hard to find now, especially as beautiful and blatant as that one is. Like a lot of the ones that you'll find now, it'll be like believed to be a photo of a dead person. This obviously is postmortem photography. Thank you, Jen. Now we are at, I'm not gonna do the full Olivia, but I do have some stuff. I bought some stuff from McKenna, from her various platforms, so I'm going to show these together. This is Simple Pleasures, Midsummer Night Designs. I saw me turning that into a dark small one day. It would not be these beautiful pastel-y colors. It kind of matches my hair. Midsummer Night Designs, the Sampler Stitcher. It says, out on the lawn, neath the cool green tree, I stitch my samplers for you to see. I needed that. This is Primitive Betty's Old Autumn Pocket. This is obviously an Emily chart. Nicole's Needlework. Started stitching this, so I decided that I needed it in my stash in case I decided to start it. This is the Mary Bars sampler from Stacy Nash. It's a gigantic piece, $3.28 by $3.55, and very reasonably priced. Go check this out. It is not an expensive sampler chart at all. There's one that I bought that I keep almost starting, and I'm trying to find it. Don't mind me. Ignore me. Keep ignoring me. Ah. These two I bought from Jen's Stitching Niche. This Teresa Kogut, who I'm starting to really like her charts. I'm going to start one of them soon. She has her prim Halloweenish stuff really speaks to me. This is Two Prim Cats. I need more smalls. What can I say? And then this in the Merry Month of May by the Work Basket. It was just so unusual. I needed it. It's pretty fantastic. This is a gift that this was given to me also at the New Jersey retreat. Big truck going by, sorry. Betsy, I believe you gave this to me, sweetie. And if I'm wrong, I apologize. This is Sarah Jacqueline Goldsby? Yes. It's just a really nice, like, alphabet style sampler. It's really beautiful. Some eyelet and satin stitches in there. I think I showed this one already, but in case I didn't, I'm going to show it again. This is the Hannah Lancaster sampler. Ellen Chester has stitched this. So therefore, seeing her finish, I searched until I found it for sale, and I bought it. And I need to stitch it as well. The problem with this chart is, it is an old chart, it's hand-drawn, and when I got it, it's like unfolding a set of blueprints. It's all on one piece of paper. The unfolded might be bigger than my framed His Eyes on the Sparrow. Why did we do this? Why did we do this in the 80s? So I got to figure out a way to make copies of this where I don't go insane trying to stitch it. I got to figure that out first because oh, but I have vintage pearled barley set aside to potentially stitch this on. This one is the fault of Mischievous Lori, as I call her, Mischievous Stitches, and Michelle Bendy. October 1st, they're starting Jungle Igloo, aka Miss Mary Ann Bourne's. I've always loved this, so I had to get it in case I want to start it with them. And then I got a piece of Havana linen from Color and Cotton Big Enough, in case I wanted it to be this really, really earthy brown on brown gloriousness, which may very well happen. Got a couple of pieces of linen while I was in New Jersey at Silk Weaver. This is a 38 count Dalrana linen, both of them, an almond and a solo dye. I've never used Delarna. Well, actually one says Delarna and one says Delrana. I don't know which is correct. So, Silk Weaver, get your shit together. You don't know what it is either, obviously. I don't know. But I'm going to try those. We'll see if I do that 2/2 or 1/2. this is Letitia's fault. I went on Amazon Marketplace and bought this immediately after I saw it in hers, because I need funky alphabets in case I decide to like stitch Savaro, our last name, or other things that Letitia and I have discussed. Last but not least, I promise I'm going to go on a spending hiatus after seeing everything that I've bought since the last time I saw you. Mildred Tuning. I got this from 1884, McKenna. It's another antique house sampler reproduction that I love so much. Wait. I have apparently, oh, no, it's in here. I was like, I lost one. This is a Stitch in Time by the Work Basket. This is the one that made me order from her, like for reals. It says, a stitch in time saves my mind. And the bunnies are kind of cutesy, but we'll see what I can do there. I might turn it into all squirrels, because part of them are squirrels. The squirrels are pretty amazing. Last but not least, seriously this time, I got the Works by ABC in 1884 Stitchery collaboration, the Mary Hogg 1830, which McKenna just finished. Go check hers out. I need to do this, but I need to do it Emily style, and it will be dark, and it will be a little macabre in its colors, and it will be fantastic. I think that's it. So, the things for you to remember: what you think my next tattoo should be to enter into this giveaway, and then I'll have another video up probably mid-September with lots of fun stuff. And you should also be gearing up for Dark October, because it's going to be here before we know it. And that's when the next 24 hours of cross stitch is going to be. Jen is setting it for like the first weekend in October, so you can stitch like a crazy person for 24 hours on all of your dark stitching. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm thinking I'm going to pick a small Halloween piece, start it, and try to finish it. Yeah. Because this is going to be done by October. We'll see. I hope this is done by October. I would really like to have this done and be waiting on a sale at Michael's so that I can get this framed and get it on my wall too. And now that I've shown this bad boy to you, it can get hung up on the wall, finally. It's been propped against the wall going up my stairs. Number one, because it's really heavy and I need Jim's help to get it level and get 2 nails in the wall that work. But also because I wanted to show it to you guys and put it on the wall and never take it off again, ever. Happy stitching. See you next time. Send me your comments. Like and subscribe. Or don't, because, you know. Bye, guys.